Morning, all of you. I'm your host, your friend Ajit Katte. Welcome to Passionate Talks. On this day, we have a very special guest, Mr. Vijay Somannavar, who's going to talk to us about meditation techniques. Sir, welcome to the show. Yes, sir. So, I want to
Thank you,
know
sir. Thank
about
you for
the topic
inviting me.
Amavasya meditation. What is it?
Yeah, Amavasya meditation or new moon meditation and also full moon meditation. We conduct 2 sessions every month. During these periods of time, there is an enhanced effect on the earth. As we can see, even the oceans will be moving up and down. In the same way, our body is made up of about 70% of water. So there will definitely be impact of moon on our body. So there is some energy that we can catch on to. And during meditation, if we can focus on that, there will be a lot of benefits. Or in other words, the benefits of meditation will be multiplied. There will be a multiplied impact of meditation if it is done during this time. It is just like practicing meditation during during early morning hours, Brahma Muhurta. That's more effective than practicing in any other time. Of course, whenever it is practiced, it is definitely helpful,
The
but it
energy
is
level,
more
you mean,
helpful, more
right?
effective when it is practiced at certain times.
Okay, got it. So, what is the main aim of
Yes,
this
energy
meditation?
levels will
What
be
is
higher.
the goal of it?
The meditation's main goal,
Mhm.
according to me, should be self-awareness. It starts with self-awareness. It is not self-information, it is self-awareness, experiential awareness. Whatever I am able to experience at this moment. And it is, I would say, a superpower that human beings have about self-awareness. Otherwise, not many animals have this ability to be self-aware. They just get carried away by the thoughts and their emotions. In the same way, even we, the human beings, most of the time are being carried away by our emotions, and our emotions end up acting, performing the actions for us. And most of the time, this mind is occupied in thoughts about past, thoughts about future, worries, anxieties, and all. The self awareness is something that brings the mind and entire this human nature to the present moment. What all can I be aware of in this present moment? This body is here, I can sense it, I can feel it. And there are sensations on the body, the energy movements. I can feel it, I can sense it. And there is mind, I can experience it, the mind state itself, or the emotion, in other words. These are the only things that I can be aware of. This is nothing but self awareness.
Mhm.
It's not general information that we get by reading the books or by hearing from somebody else. And this ability and this superpower is available to us all the time, 24 hours. So we can tap onto it. Currently, we might be using it for hardly 2 to 3% of the time only. If we can increase it to 10 to 20%, there will be a tremendous benefit for ourselves. Nothing about the world, right? The way I make use of my self-awareness for my
Okay,
own
sir. So, do
well-being,
you think?
and that helps all others as
Okay,
well,
do you
of
think we
course.
should practice it daily to reap the
For me,
benefit?
that's the meditation. Yeah, there are two parts to it. One is the formal practice, and there are informal practices. It is the formal practices are like net practice. Before going for an international tournament, we'll be doing a lot of net practicing, training, and all, so that we can play well on the ground. In the same way, these formal meditations need to be practiced every day so that we can maintain that state of alertness, the state of awareness in all of the activities during the daytime. That is called general mindfulness. We can be mindful, we can be self aware while performing any of the activities during the daytime in our normal day to day work. It doesn't take any additional time. I will anyway have to perform my work, my duty. Can I do the same thing with a sense of self awareness? That's the only thing. Just the approach to the work is changing. The attitude to the work is towards the work is changing. Otherwise, it's not taking any additional time. Of course, formal meditation practices will require additional time, but the time that we spend will offset many other things, and we will be able to be a lot more productive when formal
Okay,
practices
sir.
are
So
also included in it.
when you say
It has
the
its own
various
benefits.
the methods of meditation, are there various types of meditation one should follow? People tend to get confused, or they are not aware of the types of meditation.
Yeah, that's true. Even I keep hearing a lot of stories. Like there are hundreds of meditation techniques, and each one comes out with their own meditation. And some people will say, "Yeah, in the morning I say this one to me myself, and this is nothing but meditation for me." Somebody says they will do some kind of chanting, bhajans. That's meditation for them. Somebody says, "I listen to the music. That's meditation for me." It's all different types of meditations. Uh, Nothing right or wrong about them. They have their own benefits and they have their own approaches. But at a high level, for serious meditators, serious practitioners, globally, there are two very effective meditation techniques. One by Buddha, the meditation technique that focuses its attention on the experiences that are anitya in nature, that are temporary in nature. All experiences are temporary in nature. And there is one more technique, which is Vedantic technique, which focuses on the absolute truth, the presence itself, the I am, the Brahman. That's the only truth. And the rest all is just manifestation, and it's anitya in nature. It is um, something mithya, said, false. These are the two techniques. And of course, these are not opposite to each other, but they're both of them are pointing to the same thing, to the same coin. They are a kind of two sides of the same coin. One technique is approaching from this side, another technique is approaching from this side. Both of them end up at the same place. That is self-awareness, final
Okay,
realization, self-realization,
realization.
I would say.
The term itself is unknown to many. Uh, when you say realization, people think that it's the reality, the physical reality, but it is not that, right? The realization which you are talking about is the realization of oneness, right? No.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yes, definitely. So two things once again there. The first one, at the bodily level, we are identified with this body and the mind. This is the only thing that we experience. This we have a brain which is designed to understand only five elements, five things using its senses. Plus we have mind. These are the only six elements that help us understand. And we are identified with these six elements in the body. And the mind thinks and only this much. I am this. It starts from there. It starts from this experience, and specifically with the technique of Buddha. This can be called our self-awareness at a high level, at a body and mind level. This is the only thing that we experience, and Buddha wants us to explore it. What all we can experience, what exactly is happening with the experiences, and understand those experiences. This is nothing but self-awareness in worldly matters, be it corporate world or social world, everywhere. This is the self-awareness, and that is the end of it in case of corporate world at all. But if we want to proceed in the journey of so-called self-realization, right, or understanding the ultimate truth, so the journey continues with Buddha's technique as well, understanding the reality about the experience itself. And there is something which is beyond experience, which he calls nirvana, a kind of nothing. It is difficult to understand for our brain because it is designed to understand only duality. But nirvana is something which is non-dual in nature, ultimately. But at a high level, we can say there is nothing. Everything is vibrations, vibrations. He ends up there, and that's final realization. And from Vedantic
Mm.
perspective, more than self-awareness, it is self-being, the presence itself. Whether this body is arising, passing away, or the mind is arising, passing away, it all may be impermanent, anitya, etc. But there is something that is permanent. It could be the presence itself. We can feel that. It is a kind of being at the core. There is something that I can be, simply being. It is not exactly experiencing, it is neither awareness nor even witnessing.
Mm.
For awareness, we need an object, we need a subject. Right? But here, there is no object, there is no subject, and there is no awareness in between. But simply being, the state of being, the state of presence itself. Everything else is mithya.
Yes.
We can call that one
Yeah.
also a kind of self-awareness itself, right? Yeah. This ability to be is one aspect of it. From Buddha, ability to be self-aware. What's happening?
So the ability to be
These are the
or
two
I am
approaches, I would say.
is the nature of reality, the true nature. I mean,
Yeah, true nature,
yeah.
that is the only reality as per Vedantic technique, but
Mhm.
it's beyond our body-mind concept, right? Construct of the body-mind. So it cannot be explained in words. It is a kind of nirguna nirakara, state of being, which is an end in itself. But these are the directions, these are the techniques with which I can realize that non-duality, I am. Again, it's all the words, it's all our mental games. The moment we say something, the mind is designed to assume it in a certain way. But ultimately, when it is realized, there is complete oneness. There is no secondness or there is no other. It's all one. Of course, the brain is not designed to understand it. That it's not. It cannot differentiate. It cannot clearly understand what is non-dual. It needs duality to understand the things. So it is simply being, and once the self-realization happens,
Fantastic,
mind
sir.
will
So,
understand it. It knows it. And that we
mhm.
can say
I have heard a
self-realization or
concept called
you're
absolute
rightly correct.
reality. What is it? Is it the same? or is it different from this?
Yeah, right. Whatever we are talking about, the reality, it is at an experiential level. For example, in case of Buddha's technique, it is an apparent reality. The thought is coming, going, mind states are arising and passing away, the sensations are arising and passing away. These are actually our experiences, right? They're not real in nature. They are just experiences, not real in nature in the sense they're not permanent. Whatever is the permanent, we can call it as absolute reality. Whatever is impermanent, just arising and passing away, we cannot call it as real. But it is at an apparent level, yes, it is there. At an absolute level, it is not there. But at an apparent level, yes, I can experience this mind state. It is real. I can experience this body sensation. It is real. At an apparent level, at a body level. So the reality at an apparent level is just awareness of the experience. And the reality at an absolute level is beyond this body mind construct, which is everything as per Vedantic negative or nothing as per Buddha.
Yeah,
That's
it has to be
absolute reality.
felt,
Again, it cannot be
realized. Yeah.
explained in words. It's
So, sir, for a
something
common
that happens.
man, if one has
That's
to
the real thing.
experience reality, he has to follow or he has to perform meditation. So, which, how will a common man choose the type of meditation, or how should he choose it? Because there are various kinds of meditation, right? So, there's a lot of confusion on the types of meditation one should follow. So, how should you begin meditation in the first place?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I have seen many people starting with certain techniques, and if the end goal is self-realization, then uh, choosing the right technique in the beginning is very essential. Otherwise, just for getting momentary benefits like chanting or visualization, etc., that's fine. There will be advantages, momentary advantages, day-to-day advantages, which help for well-being. That's good enough. But if self-realization is the final one, then these two techniques are very helpful, specifically the Vedantic technique, which is called as direct path, which approaches the real absolute truth directly. That is one of the most effective ones, and one can definitely practice it. But the problem with it is that the mind cheats us, it tricks us many a times, right? Because we use so many terms like I am, absolute reality, Brahman, the ultimate truth, etc. The mind has already defined them. It thinks, yeah, I know it already. It is so and so. Right? It has imagined them in a particular way. So when we approach something which we do not know, then mind tricks us. It is just like a blind person, blind by birth. It is very difficult to explain him, or almost impossible to explain him, the difference between a blue color and orange color, for example. Because the person may not have seen the light, may not understand anything about the colors. But we'll have to explain the person, this is orange color, this is blue color. Whatever we explain, whatever we try to teach the person understands, might understand, but definitely wrong. Whatever the person understands, whatever the perception the person has about blue color or orange color, it will definitely be wrong. So, whatever the absolute reality we are talking about now, the mind has already made it up. Yeah, it is so and so. it is definitely wrong. It is not as the mind makes it out to be. So, but that's a direct path. Buddha, because of these limitations, Buddha came out with uh, this self-awareness based techniques, wherein the experience at this moment, we can feel it, we can sense it, that experience itself, that's the only thing the mind can understand. Let us start from there, understand the experience, start understanding the different realities about the experience or different wisdoms about the experience. And that awareness itself takes us to the end goal, until the end point. And once the mind clearly understands the entire nature of how the experience works, then we can make use of even Vedantic technique, because now the mind cannot trick us so easily. We know already what are all the experiences at 5 layers, as defined in Panchakosha. Buddha also doesn't use the word Panchakosha, but the different ways of awareness are all based on that itself, like awareness at a physical body, at a sensations, pranic layer, at mind states, manomaya kosha, and exploring the truth, that vijnanamaya kosha, and finally 7 factors of enlightenment that can be related to anandamaya kosha. So Buddha also goes to the goes through the same five panchakoshas, but in a very systematic way, wherein the mind cannot cheat us. That's the best point of it. I would call Buddha as one of the best psychiatrists or psychologists that the world has ever seen. He goes with the mind, and then the technique helps in understanding the mind, understanding the limitations of the mind and the body, and using that itself enters into nibbana or nirvana stage. Yeah, both these techniques are helpful. Personally, I would prefer starting with Buddha's technique and then continuing with both Buddha's technique and Vedanta technique, because both of them are pointing to the same truth, end truth. And you never know from where you will be able to reach that goal. So they're not contradictory in nature, and in no way they are conflicting. The
So
approach
the
is
end
altogether
result is the
different. We
same.
just need
The
to know
way
what
of
we are
doing
doing.
it is different.
That's
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. For example, Buddha says the end result is nothing. There's nothing. It is nirvana. And Vedanta says it is everything. I am everything, not limited to this body mind. Whatever is there, I am everywhere. It's Purnatva. Buddha's technique is about Shunyatva.
Hmm.
In spiritual terms, both nothing and everything are exactly the same.
I think it needs a lot of
Only our brain cannot
preparation for the
differentiate between
mind
the
to
two.
understand the difference and the truth itself, right? Okay.
Yeah, right. So just to keep it simple, we can start with Buddha's technique. It doesn't talk about hi-fi
Hmm.
philosophies, and it hardly talks about the end result. And it just focuses on present moment, going ahead with the present moment, doing our activities, day-to-day activities without leaving anything. Just like even Basavana's approach, it is a combination, I would say, like Basava Tattva, wherein he also uses both the techniques of awareness and also the Vedantic technique. But again, there also the words used are different. Buddha also doesn't use Vedantic words, but indirectly it's implemented in the practices. Basavana also doesn't use Sanskrit words or Vedantic words, but nicely used the things that are helpful to a common person. So anybody who is even uneducated, who doesn't know anything, person can start practicing and go on until reaching the final
It's a very valuable